up live here, and we're going to talk a little bit today about just mental toughness and how, there's going to be lots of inconveniences in life. Every day you're going to have wave after wave after wave of inconveniences coming at you. And there's nothing you can do about that. You cannot impact your external environment, but what you can do is impact the way you deal with this wave after wave after wave of inconvenience. You work hard, you do diligent. What are you working on? Are you trying to be a better person for your family, for your team? Are you trying to grow your business? All these things are never going to be perfect. You have to understand that every day you're going to be greeted with inconveniences. It's how you deal with these inconveniences and how you fly high like that eagle. We were talking about, Ed was talking about the other day, the eagle, and how he was watching this beautiful eagle soar majestically through the sky, and then this little crow kept pecking at him and pecking at him and pecking at him. And that eagle, instead of turning around and fighting and trying to worry about what that crow was doing, he just kept flying higher and higher and higher. And eventually the eagle got so high, the crow couldn't even mess with him anymore, couldn't even peck at him because that crow couldn't fly that high. The same thing is happening with inconveniences in our life. It's all these external things that are pecking at us and pecking at us and pecking at us. But the higher we fly, the higher we elevate ourselves above everybody else, and the more that we keep our mind sharp, the higher we're going. The little crow can't peck at us anymore. Those little inconveniences cannot affect us anymore because we're flying at such a high altitude. Now, this is tough. This is stuff that we struggle with absolutely every single day. I know even getting started on this thing, I was worried about trying to make sure everything was lined up perfectly and everything was going to line up just right, and I knew exactly how it was going to go. But there is no such thing as a day going exactly how you plan. There's absolutely no such thing as your day going exactly how you plan. There's going to be full of inconveniences. But the difference is how you deal with those things. How do you learn from those inconveniences? How do you elevate yourself? And a lot of it has to do with patience. And I have very little patience. Everybody knows that. And I'm not perfect. I'm struggling with these things all the time. But I'm always consciously working on getting better. So to get more patience, what do? You have to do things that require patience. That's the only way to train your mind to elevate yourself above things is by putting yourself in uncomfortable circumstances and elevating yourself and executing on those things. Most people aren't going to get uncomfortable. Most people, when things get uncomfortable, they're going to stop. They're going to quit. They're going to give up. They're going to give up on their family, their business, their goals, their aspirations. Just for example, the other day, I work out outside, and the other day it was snowing. I could have very easily it was an inconvenience. I could have very easily stopped and said, you know what, I'll just stay inside or do some sit-ups or some jumping jacks. But that's not what I needed. I needed to get out there in the elements, and I needed to put myself in a position of being uncomfortable so later on I can be comfortable again. There's never going to be a perfect circumstance. It's always going to be challenges and things that are coming at you and hitting you, and this is part of being mentally tough. It's overcoming these inconveniences and positioning yourself in a better place and putting your mind right and getting your mind wrapped around all the things that are going great for you and focusing your energy on those things. I have a piece of blueberry in my tooth again. That's inconvenient, but that's okay. We're going to be all right. So I just challenge everybody to practice their patience. Do things that make you uncomfortable so you can elevate yourself. Become that eagle. Don't be that crow that's pecking at that eagle. Be the eagle, fly high, elevate yourself above all the rest of the inconveniences, and make sure you're positioning yourself in a way that you can be comfortable for your family, and so you can be comfortable for yourself and build mental toughness. So get uncomfortable, practice patience, and do things that make you uncomfortable in order to elevate yourself. Most people aren't going to do those things. If we can do those, we can position ourselves in an advantage above the people that aren't going to do those things, that aren't going to do those tough things. If we're willing to do that, how big of an advantage is that for you above everybody else, above all the people that you're trying to overcome? If you're willing to do these things and they're not, you're going to be in a way better position. So understanding inconveniences are going to happen. Wave after wave after wave of these things are going to happen. But understand that it takes patience and mental toughness in order to get above those things. So fly like the eagle. Don't be the crow. I love that one, Ed. That was fun, man. It was just